Shalom, shalom, shalom. Mr. Brother Payan here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to getting started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. You Akim, you Akwat, with you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. All right, and again, shalom. All right, and for this lesson here, it's going to be titled on the basis of tough times don't last, but tough people do. You know, it's a saying in the world, but, you know, just something to, exhort brothers, uplift brothers, going through things, the scriptures, have the answers for that comfort, So knowing that, I'm going to just grab me a couple precepts, to boost, brothers' faith, and a few aquat that may listen, boost their faith to know that adversity is part of the battle. All right. But again, the Lord gives us the spirit to overcome these things, again, because we have this word, we have this truth. All right. But this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and 5. It says, "And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him." All right. So knowing that chastening of the Lord is going to come. All right. Because obviously, also I believe that's in Hebrews 2, it talks about how the Lord deals with you as children. If he's not chastising you, you're basically a bastard. Let me grab that real quick. Yeah, it's in the same chapter. I'm jumping the gun. Crazy. But this is, I'm going to keep on reading to the point. This is Hebrews 12 and 5, and I figured too, talking about chastening. But this is Hebrews 12 and 6. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourged every son whom he receiveth." All right. "If ye endure the chastening, God dealeth with you as sons, as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?" All right. So again, you can't escape it. All right. You can't escape the chastening of the Lord. All right. And that comes with serving the Lord. All right. And you got to get that Sirach 2. Sirach 2 and 1. "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient without change to the Lord's day." So the Lord know what he's doing, man. You have to have that faith and that belief that he knows what he's doing. All right, if that makes sense. Because again, what it says right here, verse 5, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." So, everybody faces their own type of adversity. But again, it's something common. All right, common to man. All right. And again, the Lord gives us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to understand these things, man. All right. To know that, okay, it's a reason, why Jake may be going through some type of hell, and you're not the only one. So don't put that woe is me spirit, don't get in that woe is me spirit, But you have to know that, again, what it says in Hebrews 12 and 8, "But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons." All right. And that's how you know that the Lord not dealing with you. All right. If you're not being chastised, brothers will always say, man, if nothing hasn't happened to you, you should be worried. If nothing is not going on with you in life right now, you should be worried. If shit is all easy breezy and you don't think that some type of troubles is around the corner, hey, yeah, that's when you should be worried. But again, you should find comfort in chastening of the Lord. As it said back in at the end of verse 5, Hebrews 12 and 5, I'm going to read it one more time. "And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him." All right. And NLT, it says, "And have forgotten the encouraging words of God spoke to you as his children. He said, my child, don't make light of the Lord's discipline, and don't give up when he corrects you." Okay? Because again, you're going through that adversity, man. You might be down in the spirit. You may be down in some type of way, shape, or form. All right? But again, it says, don't give up. In the NLT, Hebrews 12:5, don't give up when he corrects you. Okay? For the Lord disciplines those he loves, and he punishes each one he accepts as his child. So, hey, the Lord is putting that in front of you for you to work, man. And also he's showing his love to you. All right. He doesn't have to chastise you at this moment. He doesn't have to allow you to maintain this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He can take all this shit away from you at any time. Okay. But again, that's that fear that you have to have of the Lord. That's that love and reverence that you have to have towards the Lord. Ultimately knowing that, this shit is happening for a reason. All right. But next precept I'm going to grab. So I could kind of jumped off it. That was Hebrews 12 right there. I'm going to jump into the book of 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras 16. All right, this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and 73. All right. It says, then they shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right. Obviously, this is definitely going into in the midst of Jacob's trouble, of pretty much when mass chaos is going to be going on. If you read the book of 2nd Esdras, especially the 16th chapter, but that time being, you just have to know that the Lord's chosen, again, they are being tried as the gold in the fire, as I just read in the book of Sirach chapter 2. All right. But then shall they be known who are my chosen. They should be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye, my beloved, with the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord thy power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Salakia. But with all that being said, man, you could take that into the midst of Jacob's trouble, or you can even put that beforehand, just because, again, we're going to be tried. All right. We have to know that you have to know and believe, that the Lord is going to deliver you out of these troubles. All right. And like I said in verse 75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt. All right. Don't have little faith, basically. All right. Because the Lord just lets you know that, if you're doing these things right here, it's in verse 76, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord thy power. All right. As long as you're working, man, as long as you keep your hands on the plow, man, the Lord got you. All right. And you got to know that, Jake. All right. But, just a little quick uplifting lesson. I pray that this lesson was edifying. Prior to getting out of here, I want to give infinite honors and prayers unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect, you Akim, you Akwat, with you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. And Shalom.